Liverpool's ideal long-term midfield partner for Ryan Gravenberch has become increasingly clear. Liverpool may have lost to Crystal Palace, but Ryan Gravenberch continues to be a silver lining in their team. The Reds had their Federico Chiesa equaliser cancelled out by Eddie Nketiah's strike in the last minute of the game after a very dominant display from Palace. It was not a performance that Arne Slot will look back on in a positive light. Instead, it will be a wake-up call after the opening games have seen Liverpool struggle to maintain dominance. However, there are saving graces from this Palace display in the midfield, with Dominik Szoboszlai once again showing his versatility and dependability as Gravenberch continued to prove he is world-class. On the surface, it did feel the Dutchman had not done much of note, but digging into the statistics, it seems that he was better than first anticipated, putting in the performance of the day alongside Alisson Becker. Against Oliver Glasner's side, he won all of his ground and aerial duels, making 5 clearances and 2 interceptions along the way to be a solid defensive force in the number 6 role. Liverpool have managed to craft him into a world-class player, with their team being much worse without him in their starting 11. However, this version of Gravenberch that Liverpool are now getting may not have even been possible if they hadn't missed out on Martin Zubimendi last term. The Dutchman has quickly become a fan favorite, and although he was an outcast at Bayern Munich, he's become an essential cog in Arne Slot's plans, with Danny Murphy lauding his ability to get forward as well as defend. As mentioned, the way that Gravenberch performed over the course of last season was second to none. He was essential to Liverpool's Premier League success, and although he may have got tired towards the end of the season, he still managed to show up when the Anfield outfit needed him to. And while speaking to BBC Sport, Murphy gave his thoughts on the midfielder and shared the one trait he has that most other midfielders don't. He missed the first game at home to Bournemouth and also the Community Shield against Crystal Palace. They looked quite wide open in the Bournemouth game because of his absence, he said. When he came back in, you could see the difference. He has attributes very few midfielders have, which is brilliant spatial awareness, plus the ability to glide past people. There are not many central midfield players who can carry the ball through the lines. Most midfielders are passers through the lines. He is a terrific passer, but his great body movement allows him to let the ball run across him. Then he has that great athleticism, which allows him to glide past people effortlessly. There have been conversations about who's the best defensive midfielder in the world for some time now. For many years it was Manchester City's Rodri, but due to his season-long injury, he's sort of been taken out of the conversation recently. Then come players such as Zubimendi and Moises Caicedo, who, while they are solid players, are nowhere near the level of Gravenberch. That is, especially when the age of the Dutchman is taken into account. Murphy shares these thoughts as he also believes that Gravenberch is the best of the three. Last season he was the best in his position in that number 6 role, he said. Rodri missed virtually the whole season with Manchester City. He had been the best in Europe for 4 or 5 years. Gravenberch was the best in the Premier League last season, and he has started this season in the same vein. Arsenal fans will talk about Martin Zubimendi. Chelsea fans will talk about Moises Caicedo. Gravenberch has got more tools, more capability of doing things further up the pitch than those two. Of course, there's still plenty that Gravenberch could learn, but for now, the fact that he's being dubbed the best number 6 in the world will likely be enough for him. Gravenberch has shown this season that he will be a figurehead of this team as they continue to try and retain their Premier League title, but thinking ahead to the next few years, he does need a partner. There was one player on the opposition team who, if Liverpool signed, would be the perfect addition alongside the 23-year-old. Adam Wharton, who has been a standout player in his number 6 role with Oliver Glasner's side, proved again why any of the supposed Big Six clubs should get his signature and fast. Wharton created 2 big chances while finding 4 key passes during the game, which makes him a dangerous player against any club and a brilliant creative force. His defensive attributes are known. He only lost possession 8 times during the game while winning the majority of his ground duels. In general, the Englishman has been consistent, and if he and Gravenberch were to play in a double pivot, it could be one of the best in the league. They are 2 professionals who bring an assurance to the middle of the park while also bringing a willingness to create for their team going forward. Liverpool cannot go wrong. His £60 million price tag is right for his known quality and the standard for many great players in the transfer market.